Hey everybody, what's going on? The Montreal Canadiens are in the thick of their November schedule and they're in a little bit of a struggle right now. And if you want to catch all the Montreal Canadiens action for this season, you can subscribe to this channel. It's as easy as looking in the bottom right hand corner of this video and hitting that subscribe button. You'll see new videos every Friday. Now, the Montreal Canadiens are in a little bit of a struggle right now, but I don't want to focus on the negatives because they are losing hockey games right now, specifically last night against the Vegas Golden Knights, where they were thoroughly outplayed for that 60-minute contest. It still finished up with a 6-5 score, but the Montreal Canadiens didn't really deserve to be in that hockey game, except for the fact that Kaiden Primo stood on his head, and you wouldn't even think that judging by the final scoreline, but Primo was excellent, at least for the first two periods of that game. Let's talk about the positives, though, because there are some positives for the Montreal Canadiens right now and what we're deeming as a developmental season. Sure, you'd like them to take the next step, and it looks as though they are in terms of their record. I don't really envision them being a bottom five team this season. I see them taking a little bit of a step when it's all said and done. But looking at two of their young core players, you have to be really encouraged by what you're seeing of late from Kaiden Guhle and Juraj Slafkovsky. We'll start with Slafkovsky, who went through a little bit of a tough stretch when he was out west with the Montreal Canadiens this season, and that was kind of a little bit of a wake up, and he needed a refresh when the team arrived home after that, and it's safe to say that that's transpired. He's looked really strong on a line with Cole Caulfield and Christian Dvorak. Personally, I wasn't expecting Dvorak to be the best fit with him, but Dvorak's looked really strong since returning from injury and kind of has a lot of the assets that you look for in a player that can play with a guy like Slafkovsky. But when you look at Slafkovsky right now, it's just the little things that he's doing well. There's stuff in the defensive zone that he's doing really well. He's carrying the puck now, and he looks just confident, which is something that you wouldn't have been able to say early on this season. I think the confidence is everything with this young player, and he's someone that needs that confidence to thrive, especially as someone that really didn't exactly develop as well as he would have liked in his rookie season last year. But right now, you have to be encouraged with what you're seeing from Slafkovsky. The points haven't necessarily come yet, but it looks as though they're on the horizon with how he's played of late. It's the little slow puck touches, it's the little bits of confident moments that you're seeing from him on a more consistent basis. I thought he was the Montreal Canadiens' best forward against the Boston Bruins on Saturday night, and he followed that up with a really strong performance against the Vancouver Canucks, and then he was just as good on Tuesday against the Calgary Flames. He took a little bit of a step back on Thursday against the Vegas Golden Knights, but that's just a very good hockey team. That's going to happen to some of these youngsters. You saw the exact same thing happen with Kaiden Guhle, who had been really strong of late, but he kind of took a little bit of a step back against the Vegas Golden Knights, but you're not really going to take too much of a hit for that because that's just a very, very well coached hockey team and one that has Stanley Cup aspirations. Still, a guy like Kaiden Guhle is someone that you're starting to see as more than just a floor player. You're starting to see that high-end ceiling, which wasn't necessarily there when the Montreal Canadiens drafted him. It was kind of a safer pick, someone that you'd see in the middle of your defensive pairs down the road, but he started to show that he does have that top pairing minute eating upside, and there's some offense to his game as well. He's also demonstrating that he's an elite skater and someone that can move the puck. I don't think he's ever going to get power play time, especially with players like Lane Hudson, David Reinbacher, and others like Logan Mailloux in the organization, but you have to like the offensive progression that you're seeing from Guhle. When he skates and wheels with the puck, there's few better in the NHL. He's just someone that can really move with the puck, and I think that's something the Canadiens are going to utilize on their back end for at least the next decade, assuming all goes as planned. This is just a really strong defenseman and someone that's showing that he's more than just a floor player and that he does have that ceiling as a player that can be a two-way star in the NHL. That's it for me today from Cook's Corner. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already as well, comment down in the comment section down below what you think of the progression so far this season from Juraj Slafkovsky and Kaiden Guhle. I'm Zach Cook. We'll see you later.